Well, we made it up to the mine and we're going to be here for a few days. In the last video, I explained that our winch had been stolen, so that's going to limit what we can accomplish. We do have some surface work we want to get done. We also want to break up that big old rock that's on the bottom level. But no matter what, we're going to have a good time. Well, we're ready to go. Another trip to the mine. Got a fair bit of equipment here that we'll be taking down. Looks like a proper work site. And that's what happens when you forget to bring the key. Good thing we bought a grinder. So Tony has rigged up low voltage lights down below, a couple of them in the main shaft, and then two strings that we can put wherever we want to as we're working, with multiple LED emitters down the wire. So what we do is we run a 12-volt battery to power those lights. And what we decided to do, though, is to extend the use of this. We've hooked up a solar panel. It's one I came across, and we just decided to utilize it out here. So it generates enough power under full sun, 1.7, 1.8 amps, enough to trickle charge back into the battery. And it seems like an ideal solution out here. I got it for free, so good enough. So we're back at mine camp. Tony's way up there. He said he was going up there to look for our corner marker on our claim, but I think he's up there piling rocks. Anyway, it's going to be another good day. We've got some work to do down below. We're going to probably get that going here when he gets back. And apart from that, beautiful day out here in the Nevada desert. Can't get any nicer than this. So our mine car made it to the bottom, safe and sound. And of course, this is the ore bucket that we use, and then the ore bucket's going to sit right on top of the ore car, and then obviously the tracks lead around. And what we're hoping to do is reset them close enough that the ore car will go all the way around, and then make it so we can start clearing all this muck and dirt all the way up. So that's the goal. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes.
Wow, that's quite impressive how hard it is.
We bought an SDS drill, hoping that we'd be able to break this big old rock apart. Doesn't look like it's going very well. Good job, we're almost done.
Yeah, the little sharp point's gone already. If it breaks up like that, fine, but it's a big lump to break up in little bits. Bit busy. So I was over here looking. Although we've filled in the reservoir reasonably well, little ratties have caused a bit of a dam here. And I'm a bit concerned that if we have a downpour of water, it's going to back up behind that and it's going to be stuck in here.
And then drain into
start backing up in there.
Yeah.
So I'd like to pull these out, see if we can dig that trench out to its final layer. I was wondering if the next loads we pull up, rather than come back into here, we actually start building up this level. You can see where, I imagine where the original level was, and I think all of this has been washed down and in.
Right.
So I'm thinking,
kind of start filling this in and make What were you saying, a little berm here?
A little berm, so where the water might come off down there, we'll make sure it can come around. And you've got the main water flow, which has got quite a big catchment area.
Right.
Comes down here, loops around, and it will kind of slosh up in this way. So,
right.
Yeah, a little berm.
To help the water along. Yeah.
Maybe round here. Not too worried what goes on at the back there where the timber is.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's a plan.
quite a lot, and it would be lovely. Yeah, we could do maybe a dry stone wall around here. We know how long that takes to build, but that would be lovely to get a little dry stone wall.
We've done it before.
And off it goes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that would be good. We can start playing around with that. We've got some tools.
Get digging.
Stuff. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a chair and supervise.
You can do that. Yeah. Yeah. Super.
Yeah. What we found is that our main cover that we've had all along will fit right on top of the new manway cover. So now that the manway cover is installed, we're not going to have to take it off and put it back on, take it off, put it back on every time we're here. The cover will lock right on top of it, and we're good to go. The nice thing is we can just slide that cover back and it becomes a safety cover over the main shaft as well. So very nice.
There you go. That's nice. I like that.
Much better.
Yeah, that works well.
So we've talked about digging a drainage ditch that comes down through here, and we've spent the better part of the day doing that. And you can see where we dug right through, and now if we get a rain, it will of course just come right down through this little channel that we've made, and then right over the edge where it had gone over before.
We slowly collect bits and pieces as we go round, and it's the first time I've looked at them for quite a while, and it's amazing how nature has been covering them over again. I've had to dig them all out. They're slowly getting covered and buried. Nature just doesn't stop. Various things that are quite obvious. I like that. That's off of that would have been part of the winching bed that comes up our shaft. Not sure about that. It's obviously a handle to a pick, but why it's at 45 degrees I'm not quite sure. But it's been hammered down very hard. Various tools and bits and pieces. That's off of a lathe. That's a cutting tool. And one off at 90 degrees. It's a side cutter, end cutter. That's another very large cutting tool. Looks like that's a where you cut something off. I can't think what its term's called, but and that's a die for threading pipe. So there would have been 2 more or 3 more. So there's either 3 or 4 of those around the pipe. You can actually see what they were used for. It's fascinating. And it's beautiful. Beautiful hinge of some sort. Love to know what that was on. Very interesting stuff. Very old shovel, if you can call it a shovel. There's an old bit. Oh, sorry, Joanne.
An old bit of hardware. That was perfect.
Is that good? Did that work?
That worked.
Did that work?
Are you doing a pole dance?
Jesus. And
Blue leader, watch the crossfire. Copy. Pink leader, bring up the rear. Second port, you go front.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. This channel is just jam-packed with adventures that we've had. We've also got new adventures coming up in the future. So thanks a lot for hanging out. We really appreciate it.